Hello, it is Live with James today, and this time we have some baking with James, and I'm going to make, or attempt to make, some mince pies. So we'll see how we got on with that. Okay, so into this bowl we're going to first put in some flour. Now, the flour needs to be 200 grams. I'm not sure if this in here has quite enough, but if it doesn't, then we have a new bag to open if needs be. Apparently in baking, the measurements are meant to be extremely important. So for example, it has to be exact 100 grams. I don't know how exact it has to be. If it went to 201 grams, that would cause, complete mayhem, but we'll keep trying to get as accurate as possible. Turn on these scales so we can measure it out. There we go. Then on to grams, so then we pour the flour in. That's a little bit there. Might just be enough, 141, 155, 189, 192, 195, 196, 97, 98, 201 grams of flour. So it worked for that one. So we don't need this guy just yet, but very soon we will. Now, the butter. So the butter here, we need 125 grams. I used exactly half last time around for the plasma atomic pie. I didn't film it last time. Wanted to give it a first attempt out of the camera. So this, I believe, is exactly 125 grams as well, and just needs cubing. So I will just, once I've wrestled it off, just grab a knife. Let's move out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Some more, and then we cut it into little small bits, just for a bit of fun. Right. With this knife, because it is quite sharp. Little cubes of butter. Or not quite cubes, more little sections of little pieces of butter. And let's cut that bit up again. That's all good. And that bit as well. And this bit. And this bit here. Is that okay? Should be. Maybe cut them a little bit more just to be more accurate. And now that's done, I will just put the butter into the flour, and I can't remember without looking if you need to put the sugar in before this next step or after. So in a step we'll just walk around and have a look and see whether we can add the sugar in yet or not. It needs to go in at some point, a spoonful of caster sugar, but I can't remember at which stage without looking at the instructions. For now, pop the butter in. What we're going to do in a sec is we're going to get a bit messy hands, because we're going to have to mix the butter and the flour to form breadcrumbs. So that will be the next step. Okay, so no sugar yet. First step, roll up my sleeves. We are going to do the flour and the butter. Now, apparently you can use this as a food processor. Now I don't have a food processor, just a blender. I don't think they work the same way. I'm not going to take the risk on that. So we're going to use the hands and we're going to make these into breadcrumbs. So we're going to basically just mix in the butter with the flour. I believe the posh word people use is to incorporate the butter and the flour. And just mix that in, and it does make for very messy and sticky hands, but of course there's a sink just a way away, and no harm done. Of course, that thing is mixing on is right now. There's still lumps because of obviously the butter was in the fridge, so it needs to be warmed up in my nice warm hands and in this flour. Take a bit of time, and I'll just chat to you all while this is going on. So I'm on my Christmas break now. No work until the 2nd of January, which is quite nice, although of course there isn't really much that we can do at the moment. I mean, we can go to the pub and have a meal with our drinks, which isn't too bad. Usually I've already eaten, so there's not much point. You can of course drink just the soft drinks for as long as you want, which again, not the best of things really. But as it's Christmas, and I've never done a baking video before, it's always good to try making some mince pies. One of my favourite things to eat. I've already tried making them. Tried it as a sort of trial run before, and they were okay, but more, I just dropped something there. More like mince biscuits, if anything, really. So they were a bit like biscuits with just mince meat on top, which didn't go the best. But I think that was more due to me not using. I think I went a bit too small with the pastry cutter. So I've got one of those muffin trays with smaller holes, so I've got 24 rather than 12. So I was trying to go as small as I could for the thingy, because I know that they expand when being cooked, and I think it went a bit too small in the end. So something to learn from. But I've got but pastry wise it was better, because again, something I didn't end up filming, I tried making a while ago some what was it, Parmesan crisp breads, which was from a book called 3 Ingredient Baking by someone called Sarah Rainey. That was it. And this isn't promotion, by the way, that book, which my mum got me for either a birthday or for Christmas. 3 ingredients baking, so it was literally just meant to be flour, butter and parmesan. When I tried rolling the pastry for that, it just kept falling apart. Maybe parmesan maybe due to the fact it's parmesan, it made it a bit harder to work out and everything, but it just ended up very frustrating and ended up with a bit of a mess really. So last time with the mince pies, the pastry at least worked. This pastry here is getting more breadcrumby, just still got some sort of lumpy bits in there, which will get sorted out in no time. And let's be a bit more vigorous as well without spilling too much. It's not too bad for my hands actually. Yeah. Interesting. This is, I won't show you what we're looking at just yet. I won't lift up the bowl just yet. You can sort of see it at the moment, just about. It's what I'd really want as well is to get what I might get myself soon is a better tripod type things. It's hard to get good angles for these videos. So you can get the bowl in here just about. You can't really get me in here. You can, well, you don't really need to see me that much. You know who I am. You've seen me before. You may be looking at the foods and not me really, handsome as I might be. But the problem we've got is it's quite a small kitchen and quite a small work surface. I think if I had one of those kitchens where you have the surface in the middle of the kitchen, not like little island type of thing, it would work well because you get a little tripod and sort of facing towards you, and would work really well. But right now I have to make do, and you know, and I think that's why I've not really done much filming recently, because every time I wanted to film something, I just thought, well, you can't really see that well what's going on. And it's not really much of a video. And this time I'm not going to bother doing all the, well, I'll edit a little bit of it, but I'm not going to bother. I'll leave all this in. That's why I'm talking, because it just makes it nice and easy, and it's maybe nearly done. Just need to mix a little bit more in. And then we need still not quite there. Need to assemble those breadcrumbs. It is quite very crummy now, but just needs a little bit more work to it. Probably how you start making a crumble, isn't it, with all these breadcrumbs and then adding the fruit. Maybe that's me to try another time. Yeah. Okay, is that nearly there? No, there's still some lumpy bits. I'm being a bit of a perfectionist here. So I just want to make sure everything's fully butter is fully mixed in with the flour and not just one lump. Nearly there. Nearly there. I think that's a bit better. What I'll do now is just give my hand another quick rinse because of the flour. Sticky and everything. And take again the thingy. So we now need a spoon of granulated sugar. Let me just, I think, leave a teaspoon off, I think. Just get the spoon here, spoon of sugar, put that in, and then we actually stir in the sugar with this spoon. Now, with these breadcrumbs, and what we'll also use is a singular egg beaten. So I'm just now grabbing an egg. Here is an egg. So I'm going to just, there we go. And I'll open up the egg. Oh, we have to beat it first, don't we? So, let's grab a bowl quickly. Dump the egg into said bowl. Make sure that's better. That's better. So there's the egg. Oh, my hands are quick rinse again. And the egg. And a sec bit of a bee sting with a fork. Whiz, 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 and then some lovely egg there. Good old whizzing, beating. Beating, there is, it's more stirring vigorously. Okay, and we pour this into the mix. There we go, and then, then we carry on the stirring process. There we go. Sort of what the egg, I think, does is kind of holds it all together. There you are. That's sort of the mix. There we go. What I should be able to do now is form it all into a dough. Once I have done all of this, I can sort of rub it all together into a lovely dough. And then, once that's done, we'll be able to keep it in the fridge for a bit and just make it nice and pastry-like. Ooh, make sure it's all as should be. Doesn't right now Just need to smooth it all out basically. Make sure there's no sort of cracks, etc. And okay, getting there. Still a few cracks, isn't there? And what I can do is leave that to chill in the fridge temporarily. So now that's all pretty much done, I'll pop this in the fridge and then we will wait for 10 minutes or so and on to the next step. Okay, we are back now. There is a problem here. This is my second attempt at rolling the pastry. Tried it before, was filming it, and it didn't go too well. And I fear the pastry may be not in the best way. I sort of re-rolled it, well, not re-rolled it, re-bunched it together, and added a bit of water. And I'm now going to try and roll it again. But last time I tried it, just went all sort of crumbly and stuff. So this might work, it might not. This video may never see the light of day because it may just go completely wrong, and there may be no pastry at all to roll. Anyhow, you're going to try it this time. Give it a quick roll. Now you can see little bits sort of, yeah, not the greatest pastry of all time. At least as long as it can sort of just get somewhere, because last time bit of pastry, problem is a bit sort of, I added water to, as you're meant to do, to I think firm it up a little bit, and it just got a bit wet. I've put a bit of flour to get it a bit drier, hopefully not too much, but we'll see. I mean, so far it's okay. If you wanted to make, I don't know, a pastry thing, and just, I don't know, this was the pastry biscuit or something, giant biscuit, you'd be okay. But it's not a giant biscuit, it's mince pies. So time will tell as to how this gets on. It's meant to be 2 millimeters thick, this pastry. And okay, it's okay so far. What I did, I put it in the fridge a little bit longer as well to sort of harden it up. I think the last time I tried it was a little bit soft. Let's turn it around again. So it's nice and a bit firmer at the moment. I'll try doing it this way now. Yeah, it's not as bad now. That's encouraging. I keep wondering with these videos whether I can put music on them. You know, in the background, just play some Christmas songs, for example. I don't know though whether that will cause issues with licensing and stuff like that, or whether YouTube allows it. I mean, the videos are on YouTube anyway. If I wanted to play, I don't know, Here Comes Santa Claus, that video is on YouTube anyway. So why should it not be on my video? But I think there's rules. I don't know if you have to like credit it or something, or put a note on your thing to say that this is in the video, where you ask the author's permission. Whoever wrote Here Comes Santa Claus, I do not know off the top of my head. Whoever it was did a great job. But it would be nice just to, because when I do my cooking and housework normally off camera, I do enjoy having a little bit of music, or maybe a podcast sort of thing. Washing up with music is so much more fun. I have a housework playlist as well, and this pastry, oh, I think it might be saved. This is good. This is good. This is good. Right. I don't think it's quite thick enough yet. Where's that? Where is that? There it is. Little tape measure here. Now we are looking at centimetres. You can't really do it, can you? It's hard to really get much. That definitely needs more. Definitely needs more rolling. It can't be too thin either. That's the problem. It's too let's I get that way. Turn it this way. A little bit of thickness still going on here. Roll it out nicely. Give it a nice little roll. But yeah, this is better. I did. Oh, now, yeah. No, is it okay? I don't know. It's sort of, yeah. I see. It's not the most solid of pastries, is it? That bit there, that's not the most most friendly of pastries, I don't think. Is this enough? Is the question of one's mouths. I don't know if it will be, to be honest with you. Is it enough to at least make up a few pies? Oh, no. Yeah, it's starting to crumble up, isn't it? Okay. It's got to be alright for now, surely. Right. Now, go back to the cupboard and get some trays. Get a nice little tray. I'm going to just pop it on the side here. Okay. At long last, the moment of truth. No, it's not. I think it needs a little bit more off the edge of rolling. Yeah. Okay. No. You can see it starts to. Okay, I think that's just about thin enough. Is it too thin? That's the question. Okay, we've got the device and we are going to make one little bit. Okay, it's not as bad as it. Okay, so if I put this in here, I think it's a bit too big, isn't it? Okay. Okay, that's one. Let's see. It's going to be. Yeah. It's going to be smaller, isn't it? Or is it going to be smaller? I don't know. Here's a second one. Here's a second one. There's two now in here. And then a third one. Up to speed, guys, up to speed, come on, up to speed, come on. That's number 3. That's number 3, okay, not bad. And number 4. Okay. 4 pies are here now. And then we have pie number 5. At least once we've be alright. I hope, really hope that will be okay. Who knows how it will turn out. What I should do as well is put on the oven. That will be helpful. number 5 pie. Five pies. Oh no, sorry. Where is it? 5? There's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I not count? Yeah, there's 6 pies there. Counting is very helpful, James. Being able to count. It's kind of a basic skill in life to have. But there are 6 mince pies right there, not 5. See, these, I think they're not going to be as big as this. I think the problem is the pastry expands, it's going to cause a load of mess in the oven. I can't remember. It's a risk I'm going to take. But so far, we've got 7 mince pies, and we'll have enough pastry to make the hats for the actual pies. Otherwise, it'll just be minced tarts again, which are still nice. I mean, the hats aren't vital. The hats are just to make them pies. The hats aren't gonna, they're not gonna die without a hat. They'll still be perfectly fine. But here's another one. We're now on 9 mince pies. And then, how many can we get? 10 mince pies. Looking well. Just things in a little bit. And then we have 11 delicious soft mince pies. Okay. And then we can we get a number 12? Just about, no, we can't. But have we got the mini, there we are, the hats. We can make some hats at least. The 11 mince pies. There's a hat. One, no. Well, no hats yet. Oh, what we can do, scooch over here, we have some mincemeat. Now this is just basic mincemeat, nothing spectacular. I've not added anything to it and made, brandy and chocolate chips and whatever. This is just a basic jar of mincemeat. Not going too rogue at the moment, and add some into each pie now. Thank you. Here. Let's drop here. And this is Aldi mincemeats. Do love Aldi. It's everything that a man can need. Except for single vegetables. If you want a single carrot, you have to go to Sainsbury's, not Aldi, which is a slight annoyance, but, Aldi is the best. It does everything pretty much the same as anywhere else, but just cheaper because it's off-brand. And the varieties are all just, the Aldi Wotsits are just as nice as regular Wotsits you get in a general supermarket like Tesco's. And it's cheaper because it's not branded, and people often will buy the brand. If you told a child he was getting Wotsits, he'd be like, oh, Wotsits. If you told a child was getting cheese puffs, he'd be like, oh, okay. But as an adult, you realise that they're the same thing, basically. Well, they are the same thing. Maybe slightly different recipe, but they taste the same. They do the job. And this mincemeat is lovely. And yes, I'm fully aware of using my fingers to scrape it in, which is probably not the best way to do it. But I'll wash my hands afterwards, of course. What will the rest of that is for? Which mincemeat isn't there, really, is there? That's a small surprise pie. And this one here, 8. And here we do number 9, or 10 rather, again, no counting for James, and number 11. And now, I'm going to make the hats. So, just quickly put them in the rinse, dry, and then some hats, and then got enough paste left, we can make some more pies. Hats there, and then another hat here. Ready? Oh no! I. That's a bit of a weird shaped hat there for the pie. Number 3. Another hat. Number 4. Next hat. Room for hats. I don't know. 5. And then just missed one. Just realised. There's not enough. Not the space. One more hat. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. 6 hats now. That's not the best though, is it? Anywho, what we need to do now is bunch this back up together and give it a re-roll. Bunch it up again. And then there's enough here, just needs re-rolling. Take a little few more hats. Okay. Up again. And then smooth it out there. And then we make some more of the old rollings. Rolling pie. This should make at least some more hats, and maybe even some more pies. Who knows? That is the question. We will find out. There's at least room for a few more hats. Maybe it's just 11 mince pies this time. We don't know. What we do know is they're going to be eaten by me. Most probably. Is that enough there? Long, isn't it? Upside there. Just roll it out. Keep rolling it out. There is much more pastry to make. Quite a few. Oh, no, that's when it starts to be a little bit risky. When it goes like that. Just roll that bit out there. I think that might be just about enough. So, time for more hats. 1 hat. 1 pie. Pie number 7. Pie number 8. Pie number 9. pie number 10. That's a bit cute. That's not going to work too well, is it? I don't think. And pie number 11, he has his hat. Now, I think with this pastry left, we can probably make pie number 12 and its hat. Most probably. Here is pie numero 12. And pie number 12's hat. Oh yes, we need the mincemeat. Not the hat first, James. Mincemeat first. Mincemeat. Here. And then a teaspoon. Teaspoon. And then it's on his hat. What has been covered with mincemeat. Then have we got room for another? Just about, yes. This is mince pie number 13. Unlucky, maybe not. It's a 13th mince pie, so I have put it into its hole. And then more mincemeat. More mincemeat into the pie. Oh, put a spoon in there, of course, much easier. Then the hat. That's another mince pie, I believe. And then more rolling of the pastry. More rolling. Much too roll now, is there, to be honest? Only a small bit, but it may get a couple of pies out of it. Let's see what we got. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, that pastry. Oh, you can barely move for pastry right here. A little bit there, so on top as well. Oh, how is this going to go? How is this going to go? All that pastry could make at least one more mince pie. You never know. Okay. Well, just to make it a little bit more round, and we can at least see there it's starting to, yeah. Okay, something there again. Okay, so well, it would help if I actually did it more logically, wouldn't it? So I start there. That's one pie. Oh, it's very thin, isn't it? Yeah, it's not working. This might be a little bit too thin there. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, that's number 14. And some mincemeat going in. Oh. There. And this one. These two there. Best, is it? No. Might not quite work, but never mind. Then we have another of the big guys. so, and then that's better. Then it's hat. Oh, not the hat yet. We need the mincemeat, of course. There we go. Mincemeat there, and there goes the hat. We now have 50 delicious, I hope, mince pies. Now we go for the big guy again. That's mince pie number 16. Oh, it's not. No, it's not quite worked, has it? Try another bit. There we go. That'll do. Mince pie number 16. More mincemeat. Then one more hat. Mincemeat. There we go. I don't think we're going to be able to use much of this pastry more. I think we can maybe make one more pie potentially, but I think that is going to be that's going to be that. I mean, look, literally this much pastry left. So it might make maybe one more pie, but I don't think it will be pushed if that was the case. I don't think we should be rolling too much either, because it doesn't really do much good to the pastry if it's been rolled many times, but we'll try and get at least one out of it. That'll do. Yeah, one more pie should do the trick. Make it a nice round 17 mince pies. More mincemeat. Spoon. One more hat. Is there room for just one? Maybe. Maybe there is. Yes. Alright. Then more mincemeat. More mincemeat into here. And then, this way, one more hat, which now is a bit of a half moon, and yeah, I think that is now it in terms of the pastry. We've pretty much got one tiny bit left, which isn't going to make much really. So that's all done. We are now going to, I'm just going to show you what I've got. We're going to add these into the oven and give them a little bit of cooking for a few minutes. And we'll be back to see how they look and taste. Well, here are the mince pies. Some look good, some look not quite as good. But I'm going to leave these to cool down a little bit now, and then I'll give them an eat and see how they taste. So that's where we are so far. And the moment has arrived where I try the mince pies. Now, here is one. It's not as bad as I thought it might be when I looked at it. I'm going to give it a go. It's okay, but a lot more paste than mincemeat. One thing I'd say about it, but it's got a nice sort of crunchy texture to it, which I quite like. So, Well, it won't win Bake Off or anything like that, but I'm reasonably happy with them. Thank you for watching on this quite long mince pie making video. I hope you enjoy it and my musings, and I will see you at some point in the future, maybe even before Christmas. Goodbye.